Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. Tonight's episode is all about a seismic update that could alter the very fabric of this franchise's future. Your jaw will drop when you hear what's on the horizon for Luka Doncic and the Lakers. There's tension in the air in Hollywood, whispers behind closed doors, and every passing day brings us closer to a crossroads that could reshape LA's championship aspirations. So lean in, because by the end of this video you'll understand why the summer of 2025 could be Luka's deciding moment. Imagine this. It's August soon, the date circled in gold on every Lakers exec's calendar. On that day, the franchise officially gains the right to offer Luka a 4-year, $229 million maximum contract. It's a staggering figure. Luka will earn $46 million next season alone, and then holds a $48.9 million player option for 2026-27. In theory, this should be a celebratory milestone, the moment LA locks down its latest generational superstar. But in reality, it's become the hottest deadline in the NBA, and insiders say that the air around the negotiation table has grown uncomfortably thick. Because remember how shattered Luka was when the Mavericks sent him to LA? Reports from February painted a raw picture. The 5-time All-Star hurled his phone in fury, overcome with emotion, then wept openly in his first return game to Dallas. It was more than just a trade. It was a rupture, a wrenching uprooting of a young superstar's world. And while he rebounded admirably, averaging 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists in the regular season, guiding LA to the 3rd seed, it all came crashing down against Minnesota. A 5-game exit, a rebounding nightmare in Game 5, and the glaring absence of a real center left both fans and players questioning the new formula. Now, Rob Pelinka has been blunt. One of our primary goals is going to be to add size in our front court at the center position. This roster needs more size and needs a center. That's a very clear and obvious byproduct of trading potentially the best big in the league to Dallas to get a point guard. Of course, that's going to open up a huge hole. Those heavy words landed like a bomb, because if the Lakers redouble their efforts to target a veteran big man, what does that mean for their commitment to building around Luka? Could all this center chasing send the message that Doncic is secondary to LA's urgent need for front court muscle? Suddenly, the contract clock feels more like a ticking time bomb. If the Lakers pour resources into landing a top-tier center, whether by maxing out on someone like Jaren Jackson Jr. or making a blockbuster play for Joel Embiid, they could strain the cap and reshape the roster in ways that leave less room for Luka's demands. What happens if Pelinka trades away future draft picks or young rotation pieces in that pursuit? Would Luka, who already endured the trauma of a mid-season swap, feel his place in LA is secure? Or would he start to wonder if the Lakers' long-term vision aligns with his own championship timeline? Even more intriguingly, sources close to Doncic whisper that he's keeping a close eye on roster construction. Is the front office focused on truly complementing his game, or scrambling to plug holes created by prior trades? Could he interpret another star-caliber big man coming in as a vote of no confidence in his ability to compensate defensively? And if that doubt grows, might Luka consider exercising his player option in 2026-27, testing the market instead of locking in a deal that binds him to endless seismic roster reshuffles? But here's the real hush-hush nugget. Some league executives believe a secret meeting already took place this June between Doncic's camp and a rival franchise. The story goes that if LA doesn't show unequivocal faith, both in contract, terms, and in roster blueprint, Luka could emerge as the most coveted free agent in 2026, and suddenly the Lakers' bargaining chip becomes squandered time. Imagine the Knicks, or Miami, or even Dallas whispering sweet promises of a title-ready supporting cast while the Lakers stall. Could that pitch lure Luka away, changing the league's balance of power overnight? The clock is ticking toward That August 2nd window and every decision and whisper between now and then could reshape not just the Lakers, but the entire league. What's more, sources inside the Lakers' locker room say that the chemistry between Doncic and LeBron has never been stronger off the court. Yet on the court, the glaring mismatch in the paint during that Timberwolves series still haunts him. It's one thing to thrive as a dynamic scorer. It's quite another to watch teammate after teammate chase down rebounds while you're boxed out by size, no matter how many step-back threes you hit. In private, they call it the box out. Demerit, a stain that even 30-point nights can't fully erase. Could the prospect of another bruising first-round exit be the final straw that convinces Luka to test the free agent waters in 2026? Behind the scenes, the Lakers' front office is deep into contingency planning. Imagine this: a frantic summer of meeting after meeting in the Starbucks in El Segundo, with Pelinka and his lieutenants poring over cap sheets, contract projections, and draft assets. There's even talk of trading away incumbent starters on mid-level deals to clear enough cap space for a true max offer. Not just 4 years at $229 million, but sweeteners like early player opt-outs or trade provisions to ensure maximum flexibility. They know that simply matching the league's highest bidder won't be enough. They must craft a deal so personalized that Luka feels truly indispensable. Could an innovative Supermax Plus arrangement, complete with no trade clauses and championship bonuses, be the secret sauce that keeps him home? At the same time, rival teams are salivating. The Mavericks, still smarting from the mid-season swap, are rumored to be stockpiling picks and cap space just in case Doncic's relationship with the Lakers sours. The Knicks, envisioning porches filled with Hollywood glitz and Madison Square Garden's roar, believe they could tempt Luka back east with an offer featuring veteran sharpshooters and a defensive-minded coach. And don't overlook Miami, where a culture of toughness and recent finals experience might pull at Luka's competitive heartstrings. Each of these franchises is quietly building a pitch deck: luxury car leases, mansion tours, bespoke suit fittings, anything to outshine LA's allure. Could it truly come down to who wins the off-court charisma battle? Even within LA, there's a palpable split. Some executives argue that the organization must trust its current nucleus, build around Doncic and LeBron, lean into analytics, optimize three-point shooting, and fill the center void with a mid-range vet or UFA. Keep the draft assets. Don't mortgage the future for one big splash. Others counter that the era of half measures is over, that adding a true paint protector is non-negotiable, even if it means altering the deal structure or surrendering promising young players. This philosophical tug-of-war is playing out in hushed tones at Lakers practice, in late-night calls to front office consultants, even in boardroom presentations that lay out Plan A versus Plan B scenarios. Which side will prevail? And how will Luka interpret these internal debates? Meanwhile, whispers of a Luka exit poll have begun to surface on social media. Influencer scoops, anonymous league chatter, and viral TikToks have fans and pundits guessing. Will the deal get done in August? Or will the buzzer sound on LA's championship window as they know it? The fear is that if Doncic doesn't get a binding contract by mid-August, and if there's no clear sign of a star-level center coming in, his camp might quietly start looking at other options, even if the official free agency period is a year away. Could an unspoken ultimatum, sign me by August 15th, or I'll explore my options, be the final twist that has everyone holding their breath? On the media front, the narrative is already building. ESPN's insiders will claim complete confidence in a deal. The Athletic will run deep dives on Los Angeles' cap wrangling. Local talk radio will stoke fear and hope by turns. Every mock extension, every reported dinner between Pelinka and Doncic's representatives will be seized upon as proof of either looming dysfunction or imminent unity. Fans will debate whether it's better to trust the process or push for immediate guarantees, and the city itself, ever fickle, will swell with optimism one day and descend into anxiety the next? Could this swirling maelstrom of speculation actually influence the outcome, tipping the scales toward one side or the other? And then there's the human element that often gets lost in dollars and draft picks. Luka's own dreams. At 26, he's achieving greatness, but he's also chasing legacy. Does he want to be the cornerstone who helped rebuild a storied franchise into a champion? Or does he crave the security of a system perfectly geared to his every move? Could the Lakers' decision to trade Davis for him, then scramble to replace size, make him wonder if the ship is ever going down? Or will he embrace the challenge, writing the next chapter of LA lore as the man who lifted the franchise to new heights? As August 18 looms ever closer, the Lakers stand at a crossroads. Will they offer a contract that not only cements Doncic's place in Hollywood but also weaves him into a championship blueprint? Or will missteps, mixed signals, and cap constraints push Luka to redefine his future elsewhere? The answer will echo for years to come, shaping not just the next season, but the very identity of the purple and gold. The final days of July will inevitably see the chatter reach a fever pitch. As both sides sharpen their pens on draft charts and cap sheets, the real story isn't on the stat lines or the ledger. It's in the spaces between the lines. The whispered dinner invites, the off-camera promises, the late-night FaceTimes where Pelinka's phone buzzes with Doncic's agent. These are the moments that make or break dynasties, the unseen currents that can redirect entire franchises. Lakers supporters everywhere will be glued to every rumor, every possible leak, because this isn't just another offseason. It's the crossroads of LeBron's legacy, the launching pad for Luka's legend, and the defining pivot for a team that has never been content with mere relevance. Imagine the morning of August 3rd. If the ink is dry on that 4-year, $229 million extension, the headlines will scream triumph. Lakers lock up Luka. Purple and gold dynasty sealed. Analysts will tout the front office savviness, credit Rob Pelinka for pulling off the coup, and pivot immediately to the next question: who's coming in the paint? Conversely, if there's no deal, no signatures lining the page, expect pandemonium. Questions will swirl. Did LA hesitate? Did Luka's camp demand too much? Will the Mavericks pounce? The narrative machine will churn 24/7. Because in LA, uncertainty is its own form of entertainment. But remember this: no matter how wild the rumors, no matter how high the stakes, real decisions rest with real people. LeBron James weighing his final championship pursuit, Pelinka balancing asset preservation against competitive urgency, and Luka himself charting a course that will define his career. Could a late-season trade of a young player or pick be the make-weight that finally convinces Luka to stay? Is it possible that a sign-and-trade for a paint protector becomes the silver bullet that seals his commitment? Or will both sides walk away, uneasy but resolute, only to circle back in a year's time with fresh offers and renewed stakes? Whatever happens, one thing is certain: the Lakers' fate and Luka's future are now irreversibly entwined. For years to come, fans will look back on this summer, on the days marked on the calendar, the leaks and counter-leaks, the public posturing and private negotiations, and understand that championships aren't won in June. They're crafted in moments like these: the free agent pitch meetings, the front office brainstorming sessions, the late-night choice between competing visions. This is where legends are born or broken. But here's the question I want to leave you with. How? Do you think this all plays out? Does August 2 end in celebration as the Lakers lock in their new cornerstone? Or does it spark a bidding war that reshapes the entire league? And more importantly, what would your ideal outcome be for LA, for Luka, and for the future of the NBA's biggest stage? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to know which path you see unfolding. Thanks for riding every high and low of this saga with me. If you found this deep dive intriguing, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report for all the insider analysis, updates, and hot takes you won't get anywhere else. Hit that bell icon so you're the first to know when we drop the next blockbuster rumor or breaking news. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and, as always, bear down.